Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So we will start the session. So today we will be getting into uh, the core area of this course that is consolidation, right? Uh, right. So we basically use two chapters in your textbook, chapter number 18 and 19, for the consolidation number 1. Okay, therefore you are expected to read the chapter number 18 and 19. So if I come to the learning objectives, now in the chapter number 18, we will be discussing the meaning of consolidated financial statements and the concept of control. What is meant by the control? Chapter number 19 deals with the nature of a group and the initial adjustments required in the consolidated worksheet and acquisition analysis. Next, how to prepare the worksheet entries at the acquisition date, and what are the worksheet entries in periods subsequent to the acquisition dates. Okay, so basically here we will be discussing what are the entries required at the acquisition date as well as subsequent to the acquisition date. Okay, so we basically use two chapters. Now, yesterday we learned, or we finished rather, the SLFRS 3 business combination. So it talks about the business combinations. Okay, I think that you have the required knowledge on business combination, which will be important to the consolidated financial statements. Now, there is a specific accounting standard called SLFRS 10. In the international context, it is IFRS 10. SLFRS 10. Sorry. Which is consolidated financial statements, right? So this accounting standard specifically applies to consolidated financial statements of a group of entities, right? Of a group of entities. Now, what is meant by the consolidation? We all know that the consolidation is a process of preparing a single set of financial statements for group of entities under the control of one of those entities. Simply, consolidation is a process of preparing a single set of financial statements for the group. Okay, group එක සඳහා අපි එක financial statement set එකක් හදනවා. ඒ හදන process එකට අපි කියනවා consolidation කියලා. And this process involves combining individual financial statements of entities into a single financial statement set. Okay. Now, this process involves combining financial statements of individual entities to show the financial position and performance of the group as if it were single entity. Group එක single entity එකක් ලෙස හිතලා ඒ group එකේ financial position එකයි financial performance එකයි පෙන්වන්න අපි වෙනම financial statement set එකක් හදනවා. Okay. Group is the parent and its subsidiaries. Group එක කියලා කියන්නේ parent සහ subsidiary company එක. Say for example, if A controls B, we know that to establish the parent subsidiary relationship, the important criteria is the control. We learned that in the business combination lesson. Okay, assume that A controls B, right? This entire group, which is the entire group, parent and its subsidiaries, is called as the group. Okay, කීපයක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. එක parent කෙනෙකුට අපි දන්නවා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ගත්තොත් parent කෙනෙකුට can have more than one children. Okay, therefore a parent company can have more than one subsidiary companies. Say C. Again control. Okay, therefore group is what? A parent and its all subsidiaries, right? Who is the parent? Now parent is the entity which controls the other entities. Control karanne parent. Very simple. Okay, parent is an entity which controls the other entities. Then who is a subsidiary? Subsidiary company is an entity which is controlled under the parent. Parent කෙනෙක් යටතේ control වීමට භාජනය වෙන නැත්නම් control වෙන entity එකක් තමයි subsidiary company එකක් කියලා කියනවා. All these are very simple, yet you have to remember, because whenever a question is arisen, you should be able to say what is a group, what is a parent, what is a subsidiary company. Otherwise you will say like group is a group, or group is a collection of entities, right? එතකොට ඔයාලට හිතෙන විදිහට definitions දීලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. මේ FLFRS 10 accounting standard එකේ දෙන විදිහටම definition එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. Okay, therefore once again group is the parent and its all subsidiaries. Who is the parent? The entity which controls one or more other entities. Who is the subsidiary? Right? An entity which is controlled under another entity, which is called as parent. Okay, so hope you got the basic idea. This is very basic. You might think that I am insulting you by telling these basic stuff. Okay, so this is what I wrote there. A Limited is the parent company. B Limited is the subsidiary company. The entire group, I mean the parent and its subsidiary company, is called as the group, right? So what we do here, we treat the group as a economic entity, right? මේ group එක economic entity එකක් කියලා අපි හිතනවා. Usually we prepare financial statement for A and B separately. වෙන වෙනම හදනවා. Okay, but in consolidation we prepare another set of financial statements, assuming that the entire group is an economic entity. Okay, and we all know that the control criterion must be exist to establish the parent subsidiary relationship. Okay, and another important point, how do we name this group? මේ group එක name කරන්නේ දැන් උදාහරණයක් ලෙස family එකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙනම් මේ family එක name කරන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තාත්තගේ නමින් නේද? Mr. Pereira's family, Mr. say Kumara's family, likewise. Therefore the group is named using the name of the parent. දරුවගේ නමින් කියන්නේ නැහැ නේද? ඔයාගේ නම අපි හිතමුකෝ නිපුණි කියලා. නිපුණිගේ පවුල කියලා කියන්නේ නැහැ නේද? නිපුණිගේ පවුල වෙනවා යම් දවසක. එතකොට මේ දැනට කියන්නේ නැහැ. දැනට කියන්නේ තාත්තගේ නමින් තමයි කියන්නේ. Okay, another Sandruan is asking, is consolidation one type of business combination, or is there any difference? Now, if you participated for the business combination lesson, this is one of the modes of business combination. Acquisition in shares. Nothing else. මේ දෙකම එකයි. Business combination එකෙන් තමයි consolidation එකක් ඇති වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි business combination කියපුවම මේක broad. සමහරවිට business එකක් සම්පූර්ණයෙන් acquire කර ගන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන්. සල්ලි දීලම ගන්නවා. Like Hutch was acquired, sorry, yeah, Etisalat was acquired by Hutch. Now we can't see Etisalat, isn't it? Right? එතකොට Etisalat කියන company එක liquidate වෙලා ඒක absorb කරගත්ත Hutch. එතකොට ඒකත් business combination එක. මේ කතා කරන්නේ consolidations ගැන. Right? එතකොට ඒකත් consolidation කියන්නේ one mode of business combinations. Right. Now what I was telling you, how do we name this group? This group is named using the parent's name. Therefore, this group is named as A Limited Group. That is why we can see John Keel's group, Haley's group, Hema's group, so on and so forth. Okay, Laugh group. අර parent ගේ නමින් තමයි කියන්නේ. ඒක ඇතුලේ umbrella එක ඇතුලේ ගොඩාක් subsidiary companies තියෙනවා. John Keel's American Dispensing ගත්තාම companies 60 ගණන් තියෙනවා. Okay. ඔයාලට තේරෙයි කොච්චර අමාරුද consolidation process එක අපිට එක company එකක් තියලත් මේ calculations කරන්න අමාරු වෙනකොට. When you have more than one subsidiary company, think about the difficulty, complexity in preparing consolidated financial statements. Okay, so I think this is clear. So what we do, we aggregate or we combine line by line item, okay, of asset, liabilities, equity, income and expenses. එක එක line items ටික එකතු කරනවා. Now, one thing that you need to remember, now A Limited requires to prepare its own financial statements. Okay. Similarly, B Limited requires to prepare its own financial statements. These financial statements are called as individual or separate financial statements. But for the group, now this is the group, we treat this group as a single economic entity. So we have to prepare another set of financial statements for the group. Then how many financial statements set? Right? You have to 3 set of financial statements. Right? Think about a group having 60 subsidiary companies. If the group has 60 subsidiary companies, they have to prepare 60 subsidiaries, parent 61, another one for the entire group 62. Right? 62 financial statements. Okay, hope you understood the idea. Then what we do, we aggregate or combine line by line items of asset, liabilities, equity, income and expenses. And then we need to adjust. That is the most difficult part. Nuwantika is asking, do combined financial statements carry the same idea of consolidated financial statements? Yes. I mean, combine is the word that we use, but it has been given a specific name in the SLFRS 10, that is consolidated financial statements. Combine කියපුවම දැන් ඔක විවහාරය කියනවා. Group financial statements කියනවා, combined financial statements කියනවා. ඒක විවහාරෙදි කමක් නැහැ. Pronounce කරද්දි කමක් නැහැ. But when it comes to the technical aspect, a specific name is given in SLFRS 10, that is consolidated financial statement. නේද? දැන් ඔයාලට ගෙදර කියන්නේ ගෙදරට මුවන්තිකාට කියනවා ඇති නේද? සුදුදුව හරි කවුරු හරි කියනවා ඇති. චූටි මණික හරි කියනවා. හැබැයි මුවන්තිකා නේද ඇහුවේ මම. මුවන්තිකාට නමක් තියෙනවනේ. අන්න ඒ වගේ තමයි ඈ. Okay. Then what we do after we combining all line items, we need to adjust for the combined figures. We call them as intergroup transactions. Okay, we need to make a lot of adjustments. That is very comprehensive and complicated process. Okay. So this is what we do. We have A Limited financial statements. We have B Limited financial statements. We combine. Okay. Then it is consolidated financial statements. And one important point that you need to remember, the consolidation adjustments do not or are not carried out in these individual financial statements. අපි Aට touch කරන්නවත් නැහැ. Bව touch කරන්නවත් නැහැ. Consolidation adjustments කරන්නේ වෙනම worksheet එක. ඒ කියන්නේ we do not touch the A Limited's financial statements. We do not touch the B Limited's financial statements. Consolidation adjustments are done in a separate worksheet. Okay, therefore consolidation does not involve adjustments in the accounts of the entities. Consolidated financial statements are an additional set of financial statements and are prepared in consolidation worksheet. Okay, I think these basic things you know. Okay, reasons for consolidation. Now actually I touched this topic a little bit when I was doing the business combination lesson. You know, you want to know what is the performance as the group. Now say for example, John Keels has many subsidiary companies. Now individually we know these subsidiary companies may perform well or may underperform. එතකොට ඒ financial statements වලින් අපි දන්නවා ඒ company එක individual company එක කොහොමද perform කරන්නේ කියලා. හැබැයි why we need to prepare another set of financial statement for the group, for the entire economic entity? We should also know how the group is performing as a group. මම එදා මේක touch කරා. Right? Then the relevant stakeholders need the information about the performance and the position of the group. John Keels group එක මොකද group එක වැටෙන්න ගත්තොත් no, the entire the group including the children companies will be collapsed. නේද? ලංකාවේ banking system එක වගේ ලංකාවේ නෙමෙයි ඕනම රටක. එක banking system එක bank එකක් collapse වුණොත් එහෙම මුළු banking system එකම collapse වෙනවා. මුළු banking system එක collapse වුණොත් එහෙම economy එක collapse වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි සාමාන්‍ය central bank එකක් තියෙන්නේ banks govern කරන්නේ. ඒකයි එක bank එකක්වත් වැටෙන්න දෙන්නේ නැත්තේ. ඔහුගේ කාලේ එහෙම වුණේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා තමයි the finance වගේ finance companies, ETI වගේ finance companies collapse වුණේ. ඒකේ social cost එක වැඩි. I am not talking about these aspects because this is advanced financial accounting, not the corporate governance. But lamai, we should know the information relevant to the group. Okay. Therefore, one reason for preparing consolidated financial statements is to supply relevant information about the group. Right? How the group is performing, not individually. ඔයාලගේ family එක ගත්තම කොහොමද family එක perform කරන්නේ? ඒ family එකේ එක්කෙනෙක් විතරක් හොඳට ඉන්නව වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අනිත් ඔක්කොමලා බොහොම කටුකසේ ඉන්න families මම දැකලා තියෙනවා. මට කියන්න සමහර දේවල් බැරි අවස්ථා තියෙනවා. දැන් මම දන්න එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා